Oh god, here we go. What is going on, everyone? JustSaiyanZ here, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I really do hope you guys are doing well with all your families. Welcome to the channel, guys. I want to thank every single one of you guys for taking the time and clicking onto this video, because what I'm about to say, guys, is you guys are in for a treat. Because everything I'm about to say here, I'm sure you guys will all agree with me. But before this video begin, I want to ask every single one of you guys that are watching this video, I want to ask you guys this magic question. With this DLC being out, how many of you guys actually enjoyed this DLC, and did this DLC actually live up to the expectation you all was hoping? And I want all of you guys to please be very honest and tell me your thought about it in the comment section below, because I would love to hear every single one of you guys' opinion about this DLC. So as you guys know, I was one of the first person on YouTube, or probably around the world, that actually got my hands on this DLC before anyone. And I even did a full breakdown and also did a bunch of live stream about it on YouTube already, so go check it out. But guys, the main issue I'm facing with this DLC, and quite a lot of people, is that we had to wait about 4 months for this DLC to be dropped. And guys, what I'm about to say in today's video, this is not a hate towards Kakarot. It's just the fact that Bandai Namco did not do us justice and didn't do us fair, especially with this DLC. So we had to wait about 4 months for this DLC to be dropped, and throughout each month, guys, Bandai Namco and CyberConnect 2 has been very quiet about the release date and also information that we should already know about this game. They've been very quiet, and we had to wait patiently for the V-Jump scan to at least give us something about this DLC. And we did. We got some few information from the V-Jump, but the fact is we had to wait so long for the release date, almost close to the release date, before they actually give us something or telling us when this game was gonna, or when this DLC was gonna be dropped. And that was one of the biggest mistakes by Bandai Namco. One, they're not really being authentic with their audience. They're not being real and honest with the audience, especially people that actually pay for this DLC and pay for this season pass that is included with this game. Granted, the season pass is not that expensive. It's only $25, but not everyone can afford that, especially with this pandemic that's going on around the world. Now, moving on to the next issue, guys, is that this DLC, with the release of this DLC that came out yesterday, I noticed quite a lot of people, I've been getting quite a lot of messages, quite a lot of people around the world having issue with downloading this DLC, especially some of the guys that have Xbox, because many people don't know this. The main console that actually being played in Japan is actually the PlayStation. It's one of the biggest consoles that is most playable in Japan. That's why Bandai Namco heavily focused the game based around the PlayStation. That's why a lot of people on Xbox are having issue with downloading this DLC, and that's not fair, because Bandai Namco wasn't honest and they react to this so late. A lot of people was having issue with this DLC, because when the DLC came out, not many people was able to download it, not many people were able to access it and even play it. Only a few amount of people was able to do that, and like fortunately enough, I was one of those people that actually managed to get it early than most people, and I felt bad because many people needed to get their hands on this. Well, the fact being, a lot of people have busy schedule. They had to cancel schedule just to play this DLC, and they weren't able to, because why the DLC didn't drop and why the DLC was not available. Even though the DLC was out, many people was unable to access that. That's one of the big issues I was facing with this DLC. And the next issue is, guys, when this DLC gets dropped, when we finally get our hands on this DLC, we're able to play the story of Battle of Gods. Now, I want all of you guys to hear what I'm about to say. I want to make things clear. This DLC, I'm not too angry with the way it turns out. Hear me out. The reason for that is that one thing I can give Bandai Namco is that they were very honest with this DLC. Well, they were very honest about this DLC. The fact being, they said this DLC was not going to have any story. Well, originally it was planned for a story, but they changed that early. So this DLC, we know it was not meant to have story, just boss battle. And we know this season pass is meant to have 3 DLC. One with the Battle of Gods that already came out. The second potentially being Resurrection F with Golden Frieza. And the final one having an original story or a brand new story arc. We know that's one of the main things we're getting from this season pass and this DLC in the upcoming month later this year. We know that. But the big issue is, when this DLC did come out, a lot of the stuff that they promised and showed us in the V-Jump did not really turn out the way it was in the final DLC when we play it. For example, they show Goku and Vegeta wearing the gi fighting, wearing the new outfit, fighting Zarbo and Dodoria in the screenshot we see from the V-Jump scan and all that stuff. But when this game came out, when we finally got our hands on it, those outfits that we saw, you cannot use that in the main story. You cannot even use that at all. That's one of the big issue I was facing with this. And another one too, with the fact being said, this whole DLC, we know there was not much content to be providing, because many people, well, I know there's few people out there that was expecting more out of this DLC. A lot of people was expecting this DLC to, you know, to give us something more, you know, especially the fact that we had to wait this long. You know, this DLC, as you know, let me break it down to you guys. This DLC have a training mode with Whis, where we get to train with Whis and unlock the Super Saiyan God form, and also get this new item called the Secret Water. For those of the people that's still under level, you can use the Secret Water to level up your character. We already know that, especially for people that already played this DLC. But the issue with that is, once you unlock the Super Saiyan God form, you go and fight Beerus. You get to fight Beerus about 3 times. One, you fight with him when he's level 100. Secondly, you fight him at level 240, with you and Vegeta fighting him 2-on-1, and the final, him being level 250. And another interesting thing about this DLC is come with a sub story with the Oracle Fish, where we get to see Goku and Vegeta being able to fight each other to test out the Super Saiyan God form. Besides that, this DLC got nothing else to offer. After you fought Beerus, you know, there's not much to do. Right now, even I was watching Globku, you guys know who he is, a big YouTuber. Globku even stated, I agree with him, after when people play this DLC, they're just gonna put the game right back down. They're not gonna touch this game until the next DLC comes out, or until the next game mode that's coming out right now is gonna be online battle mode, or online mode, or cars battle. I'm gonna get more detail about cars battle later in the video. But guys, like he said, guys, after people play this game and play this DLC, they're just gonna put the game right back down. There's nothing left to do. And that fact being said, after you unlock this Super Saiyan God form, you get in the time machine. You can use this form, by the way, in the main story, but they still didn't even fix that issue that was in the time machine with the character being under level when you go back in time. There's still no scale to your level. That's still a problem. They didn't even fix that at all. Another big issue I see a lot of people was facing is that this game did indeed come with a new update, which was 1.10, or was version 0.10. That was what this update was. But many people are still unable to update their game. So many people I was seeing have an issue updating this game, and Bandai Namco was so slow in reacting and fixing that problem. I really don't know what's going on. But anyway, moving on to the next big thing I wanted to mention in this video is that this game, we know, is gonna have Cars Battle. We are expected to get more information and more news for Cars Battle later this week and early next week, because we are meant to be getting more information and learning how Cars Battle is going to work. I wouldn't be too surprised if Bandai Namco doesn't release anything. They wait till this Cars Battle finally release before they give us anything, and that would be such bad marketing by them. One, this Cars Battle is indeed free, but as we know, nothing is really free when it comes to Bandai Namco as a business. Even though they will give you something as free, but later on you have to pay for that, and that's what this Cars Battle is going to be. This Cars Battle, even though downloading it will be free, it will be like a free download, but the characters that they will be dropping as cards to use online, you're going to have to pay for that, and that's what they're going to do. So be expecting, guys. Be expecting that, guys, and don't be surprised if they do that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this DLC, guys. Like, honestly, when last year or a couple months ago, or I would say in March, when this DLC even got announced, I was telling people, save your money, don't bother getting this season pass, because this season pass is not really worth it, to be honest. With the content that's in it, is not really worth it. The only thing that I'm curious to see is this new story arc. I'm not even excited for the Golden Frieza arc, because I already know what to expect. It's just going to be a boss battle with Frieza and unlocking Super Saiyan God, and that's it. That's about it. The only thing to look forward to is this new story arc, and that's about it, guys. But is this DLC worth it over everything I said? Yes, it is. Hear me out. Everything that came out with this DLC, Bandai Namco did tell us from the very beginning it was going to be a boss fight. Don't expect too much. But what I'm really angry about in this whole thing is the fact that they weren't being so honest. They didn't really respond or give us anything to make us feel excited for. All they did was keep us hanging, and this DLC came out. It was a very disappointing DLC. That's the big issue I have. So I want all of you guys right now that are watching this video, tell me your thought in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this DLC? Did this DLC live up to the expectation that you guys were hoping? Be very, very honest with me, guys. That's all I want to hear, and we'll go from there, guys, the community. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. My birthday is tomorrow, so you guys might not be getting any video tomorrow. So yeah, have an amazing day. I will see you all later, guys. Peace out.